I used to dream about cars and things, about being a star and things. I thought that I would outgrow this pain. It seems my dream won't go away.
I
So
really want to talk to my fashion friends and my supporters about something that I went through today, and I just want to be able just to be as honest and real as possible with you guys, and to just kind of share something that I went through so that it can better you on your journey and where it is where you're going and wherever the universe is telling you to go. So fashion friends, today I went to work, and I've been going through some things at my job. I've been going through a lot of things at my job, and it's just been a lot going on. And me and a young lady, a co-worker of mine, we went to the day bar. So we decided to, hang out at the day bar. And as we were there, I began to tell her a little bit about my frustrations, and she began to open up in regards to her and her boyfriend relationship. She's from Miami, and so her boyfriend and her decided to move out here. However, before her and her boyfriend decided to make the move out to Los Angeles, they her boyfriend was working a regular job and things, and he was doing that for quite some time, and she began to notice that her boyfriend, became complacent with just working the job. He became comfortable. She always has known her boyfriend to be very talented and very, so much of a go-getter and to have so much drive, but she began to notice that he was losing those things. And as she began to tell me just about the drive and the passion and everything going on with her boyfriend in Miami, and how he just up and decided to make the big move to Los Angeles and pursue what it is that he wanted to pursue, and certain hurdles and things that he went through. It was crazy because, mind you, we're at a day bar, and as she began to talk, I just felt myself beginning to get emotional, and I'm like, this is usually not me and things. And as she began to go more into detail about him, losing his passion but finding his way and making the move to LA, and just being so determined and driven to make things happen and to make that big environmental change and just to change his whole atmosphere, I really began to get emotional at the table. And it was just very serious. It got to a point, it wasn't a cute cry, but it wasn't a wild cry either. It's just that tears began to just flow out of my eyes, and I just had to put my face down in my hands, and then I also had to just get to a point where I had to put my head on the table because I was just crying so hard, and I was like, that is just so unexpected of me. And before all of those emotions began to come about, what really hit me was the flashbacks that I had before I moved to LA, and it was my farewell dinner, and I just began to see everybody wishing me farewell, and all of the amazing speeches from everyone, and all of my good sisters and good girlfriends that were just saying awesome things to me, and just pretty much just saying prophetic words over my life in regards to my journey, and how great I will become, and how great that I am, and how awesome I will be once I make this huge move and this big transition. And all of those speeches began to play in my head, and then the emotions of me getting off of the plane the first day in Los Angeles, it hit me right then and there at 8:45 a.m. at the day bar, and it was just like I just could not control the tears falling down my eyes. And to be honest with you guys, fashion friends, I've been going through, like I said earlier, a lot at my job, and it has come to just what is that, not self-exposure, but not exactly self-awareness, but getting on the right track to making the right moves to transition into the things that I want to do with my career. That's the best way I can say it to you guys. And I look back over my life and things, and not my life, but I look back over the year, and I understand everything that I went through in Los Angeles for a year. And I went through everything in a year in LA to set me up to get my life in order, it wasn't about coming right off of the plane and jumping in front of the TV screen or jumping in front of somebody's runway or jumping in front of somebody's fashion show and start hosting and doing all this and that. Yeah, we did do a few of those things sporadically, but that wasn't the focus. The main focus for me when I first arrived out here to LA was to honestly get my life together. This is the first time in my entire life that I've been on my own, where I have had to take care of myself, where there's nobody supporting me but my own and the prayers of my family and my mother. And, you know, I look back at that year and I just was like, wow, look what God had brought me from. Look at all those things that I've been through. So now this year, the second year that I'm living in now and that I'm going forth in, this year is the year of setup. This is the year of transition. And when I just began to just hear all those things, you know, I wasn't crying tears of being sad. I wasn't crying tears of being mad. I was crying tears because I've had enough. I started crying tears because I felt all of the raw emotions that I had before I came out here that let me know that I'm going to be able to take this thing on head on, to grab this bull by the horns and swing her from left to right. Those are all the emotions that I began to feel. And it's so crazy because I believe that I was crying and I was purging at that table because I thought those emotions didn't exist anymore. Like, it has been so long since I felt that fire in my stomach, and I felt that passion, and I felt that drive, that honestly, that cry for me, it wasn't a breakdown, but it was a breakthrough. And I needed that cry to get me to the next place in my life because, you know, over time and over months, I will always talk to my good girlfriends via over the phone and just tell them about what I'm going through and talk about the things that are happening in my life and how I'm ready to just transition to the next phase. But I didn't have those feelings behind it. But once I began to shed those tears and I began to feel all those emotions, it was just like day one has happened again for me. Like, I'm finally here. Like, I've just been resurrected and awoken, and I feel so good, fashion friends, and I believe that I had to shed those tears for a reason. The reason why I'm sharing this story with you guys is because I know that on this journey we all get like that, and it can happen to you. Well, sometimes you lose the passion, you lose the sight, you lose the vision. You sometimes feel like you even lost the purpose, and the emotions aren't there. But I guarantee you that it's that break, it's that something that needs to be done. It's that breakdown to get you to your breakthrough that's going to bring about all of the raw emotions that you will need to go forth in your journey. And that's why I wanted to bring this to you guys, fashion friends, so that it can uplift you, and so that it can motivate you, and so that you can continue on the right path. I began to look at things not as a destination, but as a journey. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I don't know what's going to happen next week, but I know that something good is going to happen. And this is how I have to start carrying things, you know? So I feel so good about the place where I am and how I'm going forth. Like, I'm telling you right now, it's so funny. I'm not going to hold too much of your time, but it's so funny because, you know, every time I get comfortable in a certain job setting or a regular average job situation, it's like the universe comes along and it shakes the table, and it lets me know that don't get complacent here, don't get comfortable here, because you're in your transitional season, and I don't need for you to get okay here. Yes, the money is okay, but I have something better in store for you. So that's how we have to look at things, fashion friends, as to not get complacent and to not get comfortable, but keep the grind going, keep the drive going. And just know that if you are feeling emotionless and if you're not feeling like it's there, let that breakdown come about. It's not a bad thing to break down, because that breakdown will get you to your breakthrough, and that breakthrough is going to take you on that awesome path of your journey. So I really wanted to deliver that message to my fashion friends, and I hope that could bless you and continue to just keeping on in this crazy thing that we call the fashion entertainment business, and whatever it is that you guys are interested in. Please leave your comments and leave your responses, and let's just encourage and motivate one another. Once again, this is Emore'J Couture, and I'm just so thankful for all of my supporters, and I'm so thankful for the breakthrough. And stay tuned for more videos. Trust and believe me, the ball has started rolling again. Alright, see you guys.